Well, all right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's go time. We are headed to the track with the Camaro. Wonder how it's going to turn out. What do you say we find out? No more excuses. No more slacking. Nothing left but the doing. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, to say the least. Gotta get over it sooner or later. Now going into this, the plan was not even go half throttle and just take it to the 330. Luckily my man Mike was there to put me in the water. Mike, Leslie, and Courtney all knew I could use a little emotional support. Honestly, I didn't really want anybody else there, because quite frankly, I didn't know how this was going to turn out. And right about now, everything seemed to go in slow motion.
This is that feeling that you get right before you pull into the water box or right after you do your burnout. Check them straps, roll your neck a little bit, take a couple deep breaths, you bumping it in, and you let go. Well, it's the top of the bottom and you know you crushed it. You get the 500 foot out and you start beating the pedal out of that thing. You get to the finish line, you lock them, drop them, whatever you do. This is that feeling right here. I've been putting in the work, can't you see the blood, sweat, and tears? If I catch you at the stripe, I'll give it 3 rips at the finish line, but you know I'm here. And it's all that we know, it's the way of life. Give all that we got, one at a time. Do whatever we gotta do, you never know if it's our one last ride.
Now, as you can imagine, I was pretty emotional, but it was everything I could do just to get the helmet off. I can't even describe how much of a weight that was off my shoulders. Well, it went 615, 113. You ever seen a grown man cry? Now that that's out of the way, it's time to go full tilt boogie. Well, we just did a thing. I was 31 on the tree, 128 60 foot. It went 594 at 113 in the eighth. They picked the front wheels up, came down. It's really stiff. There's probably some work to do in the bump steer because it shook the wheel just for a second when it landed. She's super stiff all the way around, but she works and she goes straight. Thanks, Rob. Time for one last pass. Let's see if we can turn it up a little bit. So the way I see it, if the wheels are off the ground to the 60-foot mark and it comes down straight, we're good. All right, so there you go. How about that? Not even a single wiggle, nothing. That thing went straight, was stiff, but even when it, third round, did a little bit of a power wheelie, either from the wind, from no front end, or it was a little low in transmission fluid. We so put a little transmission fluid in it, and then we came up to 2400 RPM instead of 2000 like our 594 hit. So it decided to come up, hold for a second, and then start going back up again. So if you can hear it, we did just a little pedal. Came down again, like I already said, it was stiff. It bounced one little time, but I mean, it was never wiggled, never. It shook the steering wheel, just a good to go. And I was actually really impressed. Especially like I said before, we've done this all mostly ourselves with just a little help here and there and some guidance from some good people. So, but yeah, she picked up, she carried, she started going up again. We pedaled it, we set her down, went 597. So we gotta get the front end on it of some sort. We may be working on a little something, maybe. We'll see how that goes. But either way, we gotta get out and do a competitive race. We need to go to an actual race. Just so happens, a couple weeks, MIR, for racers by racers. They're doing their foot brake race at MIR again, and those are such a great group of guys. So I already sent Andy a picture of the car doing the little wheelie. Told him that I would see him in an hour. So, guess what? I am. A couple weeks, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can get a front end on this thing. If not, she's going without a front end. Guess who doesn't care? She's gonna go down the track though. So let's see. What did we say we needed to do? The front end sits a little high. The springs didn't settle as much as I hoped. So we got to trim them a little bit. Work on trying to get a front end on it. If that goes well, that'll put a little weight on it. And also means we need to get a drum of alcohol. Because we went 594 on 93 110 mix at about 34 degrees of timing. Now this thing on alcohol would run at 34 degrees of timing peak for peak power, and it was going 570s. I probably could have bumped the timing up and gone into 80s. It may have gone into 80s with a little extra transmission fluid. Like I said, it was a little low, probably a low enough it may have affected ET. So a little methanol, break out the old alcohol carburetor, and it's time to party. Terry Lee ready to go dancing. So, guess we'll see you then.